The big time where the big boys play.
Wednesday's action is highlighted by 3 top 15 nationally ranked Big Ten teams in action. That's right, 2 games highlight Wednesday's slate of Big Ten conference play. This one is all about clashing styles as the undefeated in Big Ten play Michigan Wolverines take on the conference winless Huskers in the last of 3 straight for Michigan against unranked opponents. Tune into the Big Ten opener at 7 p.m. Eastern on the Big Ten Network. Okay folks, let's be honest here. Nebraska's chances of pulling off this upset, they're about as good as Barry Bonds admitting he took steroids. And folks, that ain't happening anytime soon. However, if Nebraska wants a slim chance in this one, they need to muddy up the waters and play some ugly basketball. Kinda like what they did in holding UW to 47 points last time out. But Michigan isn't UW offensively, and this could be ugly. Watching Dylan Talley and Benny Parker in Nebraska's backcourt versus Trey Burke and Tim Hardaway Jr. in Michigan's backcourt will tell us a lot tonight. As stingy as the Huskers have been, the other hand, Michigan, they haven't been stopped from shooting the lights out of the gym at all so far in Big Ten play. U of M has scored 94 and 95 points in back-to-back games against teams much better overall than the Huskers. They've also played great defense by holding both opponents under 70 points themselves. So don't think it's all about offense in Ann Arbor. Trey Burke scored a double-double in the last game with 19 points and 12 assists. He was one of 3 starters with 19 or more points in the victory, and frankly it's hard to see a spot where Nebraska has an advantage on the court. One thing to watch for is to see if freshman Nick Stauskas can get back on track after a 5-13 start from deep for a man who's shooting 53.7 for the season so far. Frankly, that's got to be better in Big Ten play. He's just another weapon for a team already full of weapons, and that's scary. No way Michigan slips up tonight. Sorry, Nebraska ball fans. The only way I see this happening is if Michigan is looking forward to a Sunday date with Ohio State. Or should I say Ohio, right, Brady Hoke? The final contest of the night features 2 teams battling for a top 10 national ranking as the 1-loss Gophers battle the 2-loss Illini. This one is BTN's Nightcap and tips at 9 p.m. Eastern. Both of these teams have already claimed a W over fellow top 25 Big Ten foes, with the Gophers beating MSU to open up Big Ten play and the Illini taking down OSU on Sunday. Both have done it at home, so who has an advantage and where? Let's start with Minnesota. There's no doubt about it, the Gophers need some strong play inside from the likes of Rodney Williams, who's averaging 12.9 points and 6 rebounds per game, as well as fellow forward Trevor Mbakwe, whose 7.7 rebounds a game leads this team. In the backcourt, it's all about Andre and Austin Hollins. Point guard Andre Hollins is this team's glue, but he's got to step it up against the Illini after a lackluster 7-point performance against Northwestern. Austin Hollins picked him up though and had 19 points to carry his team over the Wildcats. But that's the beauty of this basketball team. The Gophers, well, any one of their starters is capable of guiding this team offensively. Defensively, don't worry, they're just fine as well. They've held 9 of 15 opponents so far this season to under 40% shooting. Over at Assembly Hall though, it's going to be the 2nd straight game against the 8th ranked team in the country, and they'll need to duplicate the defensive effort they put up against Ohio State if they're going to beat the Gophers. More importantly, the Illini need to continue to hold serve at home if they want to stay in the Big Ten title chase. How do they do that? The trio of guards Brandon Paul, Tracy Abrams, and DJ Richardson need to outplay Minnesota's guards, something that is easier said than done. They'll also need to step it up from deep as the Illini are shooting just 28.8% from the 3-point range in their past 6 games. The Gophers and Illini have split their last 3 contests following a ridiculous 20-game win streak by Illinois. And if recent history says anything about these two, expect a late night, as the last 2 games have been OT contests. Minnesota is searching for its first 3-0 conference start since 95-96, and if they get it done, they could be on their way to their first Big Ten title since that season as well. Expect a hard-fought game, but for me, Minnesota is deeper and stronger up front. Take Minnesota in a narrow win at Assembly Hall. That does it for Wednesday's Big Ten preview, so make sure you check out theb1gtime.com for all of your recap information, as well as follow us on Twitter at theb1gtime.